Hi, I'm Nate from NateLindquist.com. I'm a life and business results coach. I work with achievers like you to reveal your ultimate purpose power to get better results in your life and in your business. In this video right now, I'm going to take you through the 5 steps that will help you reveal your ultimate business purpose. And I'm sharing this with you because everyone in business, everyone who's an achiever who wants to open a business, or you're having success in your business and you want to have more success, you're all running into the same challenges. And it can be painful because you know payroll is due and you wake up and you want to be excited, but sometimes you just don't have the energy. Whatever project you're working on, whatever you started on that you want to get momentum on, you want to increase your profits, you want to get more clients, you want to have more dollars per client, but willpower is not enough. Because the money is sometimes going to give you problems, and clients are going to give you challenges, and customer and relationship problems are a consistent part of being a business owner. When you achieve success in a business, you've got to learn the secret that eliminates the roadblocks that you have on a day-to-day basis like nothing else. By the time this video is over, you will know your ultimate business purpose and exactly how to get it. And you'll also be able to jump out of bed excited instead of having the feeling of not having enough clients, not having enough revenue, feeling like you're not making progress or that you're stagnating, feeling stuck. There's nothing worse than feeling stuck. I was in that place too. In my 24 years in business, I've worked with dozens of small business owners all over the country who were in a place where their business just wasn't thriving and wasn't growing. And when I spent the time with them on the steps I'm about to share with you, their businesses completely transformed. They had low energy, they had worry, they had struggle, and now they've got a complete sense of horsepower, a power plant behind what they're doing that gives them the ability to grow and build momentum and thrive where they weren't able to get that before as their result. These 5 steps helped me in my life get to a place where when I was struggling and I was suffering, I've been able to create massive peace of mind in a sense that when I need the energy and I need the focus and I need to be able to step up and get enthusiastic and excited, I know exactly how to do it. You know, I'm going to tell you a story. When I was in business, I built a marketing firm early on. I started a business in marketing in 1991. And I grew that business up to having 22 employees full-time. And I also had several contractors, and along with that I had a tremendous amount of struggle trying to get that business to the point where it would grow and I could see a lot of revenue. And I saw that as my definition of success at the time. I know I was serving a lot of clients. But then I had a transition where I worked into a merger with another company. And some of the relationship really had some problems where we found out that the other company didn't have the income, the client base, or the revenue, or even the cash on hand that they claimed that they did. It caused a real challenge for me because 9 months into the merger, all of a sudden, I wasn't able to do it anymore and I had to reopen my business from scratch. The feeling inside of me, the picture of having a brand new baby girl and having a home with a mortgage and car payments, my car, my wife's car, and being in that situation where all of a sudden I didn't even have a company. Now I had a business that was worth millions of dollars, and then one day on a Wednesday I was out of business. So I had to pack my stuff up and go and open the office that I had before I had gone into that merger. And I had to find a way to be open again. In the meantime, during that experience, I owed $1.2 million in project work. All of these clients that were looking for their work to be done. And I didn't even have a team yet. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was scared to death. I pulled into my driveway. And as I just looked in my mind at the situation and thought through, what am I going to do? What am I going to tell my family? I have no idea what to do next. And I recognized that the bank had their hand out at that moment saying I had to give them $179,000. I didn't have the money. I only had $7,300 in the bank at the time. And I also had to finish all this other project work and I didn't have a team. The pain that I felt, the fear of what to do and how am I going to get the money permeated my entire being. I felt sick, I was sweating, at times I was holding the wheel, I was shaking. I literally felt like I was out of control, and as I tried to calm down, I decided to give a friend a call. And I was relating to him what was going on. And in the middle of that experience, he said to me, you know, I've got money put aside. I can help you out. What do you need? I know you have a family. I know this is challenging. I know you really want to break through this challenge somehow, but in the meantime, let me help build a bridge and help you out. And I said, you know, I don't really want to borrow money from you. I want to find a way. My willpower at that moment was definitely not enough because I was working like 80, 90 hours a week. I was struggling trying to find out how to avoid the challenges with paying the bank back. And I was also trying to not have to share this information with my family. If you've been into challenges in business, you know at some point, you've got to reach down deep and you've got to find something that's not just your purpose to get, but you've got to find something that's a higher purpose. My friend asked me on that very same call, would you bet against you? And at that moment, something inside me woke up. And I had this awareness where I started going through some steps. The very same steps I'm going to share with you in this training. I started asking myself, how may I serve instead of what can I get? And I discovered these steps almost by accident because I knew that what I was willing myself to do wasn't enough. I started, instead of thinking I'm going to trade my time for money to get more money, I started asking questions about why am I doing this? What are my intentions? How can I create massive value? And here's the steps that I went through. And when I went through the steps I'm about to show you in a matter of 4 months, I took my business from the ashes and turned it into $490,000 in revenue. And within 9 months, broke $1 million in revenue. Right from the ashes by following this process. I went through these 5 steps. Intent revelation. I started asking, why am I doing this? And as I'm sitting in the driveway, I thought, well, I can do this to create value instead of getting money. And when I create value, the income will be a dividend. You know, an example, I've applied this process to clients who I work with all over the world. All over the United States, too. Clients I've worked with for years who are in this very same fearful situation where their willpower and their desire to make more money and get more clients wasn't enough. So we go to the intent revelation part. One company, a fuel company, said that their intention was to sell more fuel. And I said, well, why do you really want to do this? What's your purpose? And by going through a process where I help them unveil, really dig down deep and unveil the journey they've been on and why they really do it, they found out that family was really important. And helping families energize, creating energy for family moments was important. And in a matter of very few weeks, just under 30 days, we helped them generate, not only recover over $1 million in revenue, but to make a net profit of just under $300,000 in the first month that I was working with them. Because just taking this first step of intent revelation, they got clear on how may I serve and how can I create value, and they started thinking of all these creative ways to create safety programs and to help families save on their energy bill, reduce the risks and the dangers of energy usage in a home, and to get families outside and connected. It's amazing what opportunities opened up as they went through this process. Then, you know, I moved on when I was in that moment, in that fearful moment in my life where I didn't know how I was going to get that business going again, and I started going to step 2, Imagineering. And I started creating a vision in my mind of what it would be like if I was creating massive service, and I was excited about it, and I was on an adventure. And I put myself in that place in my mind that doesn't know the difference between real and imagined, where I was there to choose a challenge that wasn't just for me and my pocketbook, but was there to give value to other people and other businesses. And I shifted the way that I did business, and I changed the way I grew, and I created new products and a new approach. And I was able to sign within 24 hours a contract for $36,000 with a communication company who put their faith in the value that I was communicating with them. They didn't say, how can I give you a check to help your situation? And I didn't ask them for a check. I said, I have this value for you. I'd like to give you this value, and the dividends paid me back. Imagineering, I worked with a shoe store This guy says, I don't know how I'm going to grow the business. I'm really stuck. And we went into this Imagineering step, and he started picturing himself at the purpose level of his business. And we realized he wasn't just selling shoes. He was selling the experience of dry feet and healthy kids having healthy feet and going on adventures where you have the right footwear and you're safer. He started doing videos and telling stories about it, and he made it into this amazingly exciting experience. It's not shoe shopping anymore. It's getting your adventure gear for your feet that's going to protect you and your family. It's the right stuff with the right advice, and if it doesn't fit, you can return it. We want the shoes that fit your adventure, not just your feet. It's a different feeling, right? Imagineering, it opens up your purpose, your excitement, your inspiration to a completely different level. The next is mind, power, focus. And when I was in the driveway, I was scared. I'm in my Ford Escape, having lost nearly everything, including my business. But I had the resources. I got resourceful. And I put my mind power, that part of my mind, I focused on faith. I focused on what I wanted. I put my focus on what I wanted to grow and not what I didn't want to grow. I wanted to grow my ability to serve. I knew it. Fundamentally, I felt better when I said, how may I serve? And I put my focus on creating value and helping businesses grow. And the dividend paid me back. What an amazing shift. From a dangerous area where mind power and what do I do was never going to save my business or my skin. And I turned it into put my mind power on what I want to grow, and that's what grew. It was an amazing shift for me. I applied that same mind power to building a series of other small businesses to the point where you could come down and go to an outdoor, equipment gear company, or you could go work with an OBGYN practice who have benefited from the creative branding and the mind power that I've applied to helping them grow their businesses. You can use that same logic, you can use that same step in the process and change how you use your purpose and your mind power to create something that you want to grow. 4, I'm awakening the sorcerer. So I did not have the money I needed to pay even my mortgage that month. But I became very resourceful. I looked deep and I got inspired, and I said, a sorcerer knows how to have unlimited resourcefulness. It's not finite, it's infinite. I started thinking what people, what systems, what materials, what relationships, who could I connect with? How could I align with other people who have access, who could share access, so I could get better answers? I started putting myself out at events where I was able to connect with other people who were doing these things to help businesses grow. And I started learning ways to help businesses grow, and I became a better marketer, and I became a better coach and a better teacher and a better speaker because I got resourceful. I got access to other people's resources. And I started asking questions. People will give you advice if they've gotten the results you want. Give yourself the ability to ask questions like, well, I don't have it, but where could I get it? Or who has it? Who would help me find the answers to these questions? And as I shifted my business and was moved from being in the Ford Escape in my driveway and being scared to death to having a thriving multi-million-dollar business from scratch, I had to do it myself, but I never did it alone. I got really good at asking questions and asking other people, what do I do? What did you do? How did you get that result? And then you have the go moment. And that's the moment where I got up out of my Ford Escape and I grabbed my bag and I walked into my house and I told my family the good news. That I have this vision of this awesome new business and I know exactly how it's going to take shape, and I want you to know I'm going to be connecting with people at night. I'm going to be charging it on my credit card to work with teams all over the world. I'm going to build virtual teams. I'm going to find a way to deliver these projects, get them done, and satisfy people, satisfy my integrity. And wait till you see where we're going. And I shared a vision, and I believed it. The goal moment is where you say, with total conviction and total certainty, not, I hope this works, 1 foot in failure. I'm going on this trip, and I'm buying the tickets to my successful business. And you take action, speed of implementation. You get to that place where you know your purpose is clear. You use your imagination to wake it up. Now, I'm sharing this video with you because it's an awesome opportunity for me to do what I love. And also, by connecting with you in this video, I know this is a way that I can sometimes work with more clients, more professionals who want to get better results in their life. So if you're an achiever who wants to have better results and wants to reveal your ultimate purpose, regardless of your business situation, I'd love the opportunity to work with you if we're a match. Now that we've gone through those 5 steps, I just want to let you know I'm really excited that you've taken the time to go through those steps. I'm asking you to make a promise to me because, I've given my time and energy to you. So just promise me now that you've watched this that you're going to implement this in your life. If you're interested in learning how to apply this directly to your life and your business, let me tell you something. I'd like to offer you something I call a truth call, where I'll give you 30 to 60 minutes of my time, where we'll talk one-on-one and we'll look at your life, we'll look at your business, and we'll have the truth. What is your purpose? Why do you do what you do? And then we'll take this purpose that you have right through these 5 steps and find out how you can totally re-energize your business and how it grows, how you get more clients, more dollars per client, more frequency of the dollars, longer term, more loyal relationships, and all of the energy, the excitement, and the enthusiasm that you deserve as you continue to grow and thrive. Why would I offer this? Why would I do a free truth call with you? Well, I have a very limited time to do it, so I know if we end up talking, it's because this is something that's important to you in your life and your business right now. If it's something that you're interested in 6 months from now or maybe sometime next year, definitely it's not a good time for us to have the call. I do this because I love this. Sometimes I forget I actually get paid to do this. It's a great opportunity also. Number 2 is to connect with people who are achievers, who want to help other people and create value and get great results. There's nothing more effective and meaningful for me than helping getting achievers and business owners on purpose to create value rather than just trading time for money. And there's nothing more exciting for me than seeing the energy and the results that we've been able to create by going through this truth process. Your ultimate business purpose will give you the opportunity to do that. So if we have the chance to talk, I think it'd be great. If we don't have the chance to talk, or if this isn't for you, I would just ask that you go back through the steps and implement what you've learned. And then this time that I've put into creating this video would have been well spent. Either way, I'll have the chance to maybe work with you if this is a result that you want. If it's not, that's okay. If it is, you can fill out the information below. Make sure you fill the whole form out so I can get a sense if you are in fact the kind of person who I should be working with. Because I only want to work with someone where I know we can get you the results. Now, are you sure if you're the right person? You want to get clear? Here's some things to think about. Are you someone who has a small business and the business is doing okay, but you feel a little bit stuck? Maybe a lot of times you get up and you feel like you're trading time for money. Sometimes that little still growing voice in your head says, I kind of did that deal to get how much I could get in my pocket. Well, if that's the way you're driven and you feel like that's you, we might be a match. Or maybe you've got a really successful business and you're ready to take it to the next level. Maybe you're an achiever and you want to create a new level of freedom and enjoyment and fulfillment from the work that you do. Or maybe you're ready to start a new business and you want to start it off on the right foot by getting your ultimate business purpose clear. I assure you, the story that I told you was about building my business from scratch all over again after 17 years in business. Now I've been in business 24 years and I'm still growing and thriving. So if this sounds like it's you, again, fill out the form below and my team will get in touch with you. Make sure you fill out everything in detail. I only have a very limited amount of time where I can have the 30 to 60 minute truth call with you. So if this isn't for you, please don't fill it out. Just promise that you'll learn from what I share in the video, take it with you and take action. If you do fill out the form, then I look forward to meeting you on the other side. There's nothing more powerful than getting your ultimate business purpose crystal clear, going through these steps, and creating the ultimate time and money freedom in your business, where you take the controls and live a life you love. Get the power of your purpose behind the life that you live and the business that you grow, and create value for other people. I hope we have the chance to talk if this is a match for you, and I look forward to it. I'll see you on the other side.